here. I believe this is known as the Tabor Reformed Church. It's now a subsidiary, I guess, of the Lancaster County Bible Church. But this is the oldest church in Lebanon City. It's built 1792, I believe. I will do a video on this for the historic hometown churches, but I just figured I'll do a quick video here on the cemetery that's still here, because actually where the parking lot is, I guess at some point they went out moving a bunch of those I guess the people buried there, I guess the best way to put it, they moved them over to the Hebron Moravian Cemetery, which we visited. And like Curtis Grubb Jr. and his son, who Curtis Grubb Jr. was the son of Peter Grubb, who was the patriarch of the Grubb family dynasty. So there are some that are still here, but they did re-intern a number of them there at Hebron Moravian Cemetery, which is why there's some unique stones there, because normally they're all the same, because Moravians view death as everybody is the same in death as they are in life, or it's the same in death instead of in life. So everybody had, like, the women on the one side of the cemetery, men on the other, sort of how they had their churches set up, and then everybody had the same type of stone, because at the end of the day, you're dead, you're dead. Doesn't matter if you're rich or what it is there. Daniel Ferry, 1820 to 1854. Unfortunately, a lot of these stones, you just can't read them. But like I said, where you see Chuck's parked there and the rest of the parking lot, this used to all be a cemetery. There's another little bit over there. A lot of Revolutionary War soldiers are buried or were buried here. Some of them got moved. A lot of these are in German, so you see instead of John, it'll be Johannes, and then it's all in German. A lot of these stones, I mean, these stones are over 200 years old, so unfortunately there's just a lot of wear and tear on them, so you can't read them. But Find a Grave is a very useful app. You can look at who's buried here and see, like, the dates and stuff like that, because all that's recorded. You just, unfortunately, you can't see it here when you're on site. It's cool how they do have some of these sort of military markers. I'm not sure if he wouldn't have been, obviously he was born after 1812, so he probably got killed in the Civil War, because you see there is 1835 to 1864, so I wonder if he probably got killed in the Civil War. These probably were his parents. Here, John McConnell and Mary McConnell, and that's Casper McConnell. And I say it all the time, I repeat myself quite a bit, but it'd be so neat just to know what these people's stories were, what they did. This does have some of the earliest settlers of the Lebanon region. Lebanon was founded by George Stites. We had just done a video over at the Donamore station for the America's Rail Stations, and the David Hammond, who wound up running that iron furnace there at the Donamore station, was here's another gentleman here, William Hartman, killed in 1862, so he probably was also killed in the Civil War. But he was a direct descendant of George Stites. So he had a number of connections. He's a pretty intriguing, interesting guy. But yeah, these stones, there's like nothing. They're so worn. We'll go over to that other small section. I like how it has like the stone wall that used to be here, because a lot of those, they tear them down because they're just making the cemeteries a lot bigger, and they wound up tearing the original walls down. Hey. Here's one of these much larger stones. This is like the Curtis Grubb stone for him and his wife that was moved down to Hebron Moravian Cemetery. You had to be pretty rich to have these, be somebody of consequence in that regard. This one just doesn't have a whole lot that's legible anymore, but you can't really make it out what the name is. But yeah, the stone wall continues all along there. It's probably the cemetery continued over to there, that parking lot there as well. Here you can clearly make out the name, Elizabeth. Cousin of John L. Becker, who departed this life March 1852, 15th, 36 years, 2 months, 25 days. I remember, I always like these. Here they have like, almost looks like a crown. You can see that there, it looks like a crown. Each of those things had like different meanings. Conrad Bucher, that name's somewhat familiar. There's one that's a really unique. Not sure what that all has on it, but it almost looks like an animal of some sort. It's pretty neat. And a couple of these really impressive monuments. And these might have, just because of the placement, they might have been moved out of the. I see there's a Gloninger. That's one of the people that's on that plaque. It says the honorable, or it looks like the honorary, it was like Johann Gloninger. He was one of the guys that was in the Revolutionary War. These are just really neat looking stones. This looks like this is all like the Gloninger. That almost looks like a Dr. John Gloninger. This one neat, has like the flower carvings on there. Yeah. So this is the cemetery here at a really neat looking church. Like I said, 1792 I believe is the date. We'll be back here. We'll probably make a quick run through the cemetery again, just to talk about it a little bit and get a little more information on it. I just sort of coming through trying to take pictures of some of these historic churches so I could put those in my intro outro montage. And that way they're my pictures and I don't have to worry about anything in that regard. But anyways, so thanks everybody. We'll see you all about town.